everybody. Hi, welcome back. This is my very first or my second time um, going live on YouTube. I'm excited, but this is actually my very first time ready to tell you a longer story on YouTube live. Okay, so let's start this video. Okay, let me tell you when it happened first. So it happened when I was in fifth grade. Um, yeah, I was in fifth grade, and my friend was 2 years older than me, so she was in seventh grade. So, allow me to tell you a bit of a background story because in Taiwan, seventh grade is the first grade of middle school, junior high school. And so, to me, this girl was more of an idol to me because she was in middle school and I was still in primary or elementary school, and she's very cool. She has a very cool mom who is already pretty stylish, but she's always perfect and she styles her daughter a lot. So both of them looked amazing, especially the daughter. She looked like an angel. So this happened at church. So if you know, churches are people at church are more conservative, I guess. So they don't really pay attention to their appearances. So as a result, I grew up in an environment where people just don't really pay too much attention about how people look, how people dressed. So to me, when these two walked in, when the mother and the daughter walked in, it was like an eye opener. So she's really pretty, and her mom was right on spot. They were like pretty. And so I admired them a lot. But since I was a little girl, I was never the it girl. So in other words, I never really was popular, or nor did I have a lot of friends. So when she came in, I was like, oh, how great would it be if we could be friends? So as a result, I admired her a lot. My near her to be jumping around her, and then one day she started talking to me, and I was like so starstruck, so starstruck, and I was just super duper excited. And then sooner or later we started to become friends. I was like, wow, I was so happy. Like, I was thinking, what on earth did I do right to deserve such a beautiful and popular friend? So I was like I kind of lost myself in our friendship because I was just too excited to be around her all the time. Anyway, she started to ask me to write letters, to exchange letters with her. And well, I did that, but our letters were just mainly about like our daily life. It was not really something super secret or super exciting, to be honest with you. But to me, it was like a star asking me to, exchange letters with her. So I was like, yes, 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 I have to write letters. And then as time went by, I started to dress more and more like her. I wanted to, buy really fancy clothes. I wanted to wear high heels. I wanted to start wearing makeup. Well, mind you, Taiwan is a more conservative society. People barely wear heavy makeup. Only like people in their maybe 20s or something, they wear makeup, but like ordinary people don't really rely heavily on makeup. So to my parents, it wasn't a crime to wear makeup, but it was something that they're not very used to. But my parents were very open minded. They never really told me that I shouldn't do this, shouldn't wear certain types of clothes, or they never told me I shouldn't wear makeup. But I started to dress more and more like her, and I went to church just because I could be with her instead of going to church for Jesus or for God. I kind of lost my purpose. So then, as time went by, I just hung out with her all the time. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, they were in charge of the students club at church, so they were like the counselors and the teachers there. So we had to go to church every Saturday night, and I would hang out with her every Saturday night. And then after our meetings ended, we would go to church again the next day, which is on Sunday, for worshiping and for service. And then after church, we would usually hang out more. And then after that, we would go out. Basically, it's just to a stationery shop near our church. But then one day I went to that stationery shop with her, and we both never didn't have our ears pierced like I have now. Back then, neither of us had our ears pierced. So what we did is we went to the stationery shop there, and we both laid eyes on a pair of earrings that were like super pretty to us. It was just it was more or less like a circle, like a silver circle with a tiny diamond on it. The diamond would move around once we like move around, and those pair. Well, I didn't know back then that she liked those earrings at first, so I just saw them and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy these. So I reached out to them and I gave them to the cashier, and then I paid for them. She, on the other hand, she chose the other pair, which had little leaves on the bottom instead of diamonds. So we were both very, well, at least she appeared to be very happy when we went back to church, and I was just wearing those earrings and stuff. I was just super happy, and she seemed to be happy too. But then I don't remember the exact amount, but I think 2 or 3 weeks later, one day I was holding this little stupid small purse, and I gave it to her. Oh no, I didn't give it to her. I was holding it, and then I said I have to go to the bathroom, and she said, well, I can hold your purse for you. I was like, no, it's okay, I'm gonna hold my own purse. But then she's like, no, 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 let me do it. So I gave her my purse, and then she held on to it, and then I just walked out of the bathroom, and nothing seemed to be wrong. I went home that day. I wanted to wear those earrings. I know who deliberately puts on earrings at home to do. So I reached out for my earrings and they were gone. I couldn't find them anywhere. I emptied my bag and it was just, they were not there. So I was looking for them like crazy. Well, somehow I knew that maybe I suspected that she did it, but I didn't have any evidence. Plus, she was my idol, and idols don't do that. So I didn't really blame her. I was just like, okay, maybe I lost my earrings. Then I went home. Oh, I was already home. And then I just moved on with my life. I still kept writing letters. But then, after like I don't know, a few months later, I kind of got tired of writing letters because I just think that they're really time consuming, and I was just not really into that anymore. So when I went to church, that girl would ask me for letters, and I would say, oh, I forgot them, or oh, I didn't write them, and she would blame me. She would get really, 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 really pissed. But there wasn't really anything I could do because I was just so tired of writing letters, because my letters got emptier and emptier because I didn't really have anything to say to her. It was just my daily life, normal life. I go to school, I do my homework and stuff. So it was just really boring to me. But she had a very vibrant, interesting lifestyle. I wouldn't go into details with that, but she had a lot to say to me, but I didn't really have a lot to say to her. So it was more like empty letters, and I wasn't really interesting. And I was not really interested in keeping writing anymore, but I couldn't say that I didn't want to write because she would get angry, so I would sometimes tell the truth, sometimes make a lie, tell her lies. Okay, anyway, so then a few weeks go by, and then she said one day to me, oh, I want to go to your home to have fun. I was really, really, really happy because first I was starstruck, And because I was really excited that this superstar would want to come to my home, and also I am an only child, and she would come to my house, and that would be very exciting because I wanted to have a sister. So yes, I of course agreed to let her to come to my home. We played almost all day, and then um, I think maybe 2 or 3 hours before she had to go home, she said, "Oh, I really want to use your room. Like, I like your room, so I want to stay there alone. Can you please go out?" And I'm like, "No, why? Let's play here together." And she's like, reluctantly, she said, "Okay, fine, let's play here together." And then she saw, like, while we were like having fun in my room, she saw a little box on the floor with little gifts in there wrapped. And she looked at them and she was like, "What are those for?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to send this box to the US to my cousin because it's her birthday soon. My cousin lives in the US, and I've been collecting things, small things that she would be interested in. So I kind of wrapped them individually, and I want to send the entire box to the USA just to give her a birthday present." And she's like, "Oh, what's in that? I want to see." And I said, "Well, I already wrapped everything up, so it would be a little bit inconvenient for me to unwrap everything, show them to you, and wrap them back. So, well, I'll just tell you what's inside." And she's like, "Oh, no, I want to see them." And I was like, "No, I can't. I really can't. It would be so much of a trouble. I really don't want to do that." And so she's like, "Okay, fine. I don't want to know about it anymore." And then I said, "Okay, that's fine, then let's find something else that's interesting." But I could tell from our interaction that she was still very interested in what's exactly in that box. But I didn't want to let her see it because well, I really thought that she was a very nice person, but then I realized that she was not as considerate as she appeared to be, because it would be so troublesome for me to, unwrap everything. So I was a little bit not very excited anymore, but I didn't show it. And then a few hours later, I think 1 hour later, something like that, she said, "Well, I have my period right now, and I really want to use your room to change my sanitary napkin." Well, back then I didn't have my period. Like I said, I was in my fifth grade. I was in fifth grade, and to me, having a period is something that I have no idea about. I don't know what that meant, but it was something very mysterious to me. So I was like, "Wow, so you want to change your sanitary napkin?" She said, "Yes, I want to use your room." And I said, why don't you just want to use the bathroom?" And she said, "Well, I don't want to use the bathroom. I want to use your room because your room is more private." Well, which to me does not make any sense now, looking back. But then she said, "Well, I really want to use your room. Can I borrow your room?" And I was really naive, innocent, and a bit stupid. So I said, "Yeah, why not?" Okay, so I let her use my room. She locked my room, and she was in there alone. And then when she came out, she was like, "Oh, maybe we should, just hang out in the living room and like have something to drink or something." And then soon after that, she said, "Well, I'm going home." And then so her mother came and picked her up, and then she left. After she left, I kind of was just wandering around the living room, and then I went back to my room. And then that was when everything changed, because what I saw is the box on the floor, and guess what? All the tiny gifts have been opened, and she put them back, but of course the tape was not as sticky anymore. So I saw like everything showing, like um nothing was sealed completely, like nothing was sealed properly. Everything was just exposed, and I was just so angry. I was so sad, angry, and hurt at the same time, because this young lady obviously lied to me. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't change her sanitary napkin, but the reality shows that she had opened my presents that I specifically told her not to open. I felt so disrespected, and I felt so sad and so bad, and I felt so lied to. I felt like my whole entire friendship with her was just like a big lie. She was just using me to get what she wanted to. And then, so after that, I completely stopped writing to her, and she kind of stopped asking me for letters. And our friendship just became very, very odd. We more or less stopped talking to each other. Sometimes we would say hi, but well, no full conversation was carried out, and it felt really, really weird because the once star or the once idol I had in my heart just lied to me, and our friendship just became very, very awkward. So that lasted for around a month or so, and then we just completely stopped talking to each other, interacting with each other, and we stopped writing to each other. So it was really awkward. I would still see her at church, she would still see me, but we wouldn't interact, we wouldn't even say hi at some point, and then our friendship just became very weird. And then after a certain amount of time, one day I was late for church for some reason, and then I went in. My mom was already talking on stage. Again, my mom was a teacher of the student club, and she was sitting there in a semicircle. She looked at me. Guess what I saw? I saw my earrings on her ears. My earrings. My earrings. The earrings that I lost. You remember? The the diamond earrings that I lost that were like this smaller, like this big maybe. And then there was a little diamond that could move around whenever you move. That little diamond earring that I lost a few months back was on her ears. And you could tell me those might not even be yours, but you know what? Trust me, once I look at her, I knew they were mine. She was wearing them. They were supposed to be like this, but they were like this, standing like that. And that diamond was here. Oh no, here. And then it looked ridiculous on her because they were not supposed to be worn like that. But she was wearing them, and trust me, she's my friend. We've been hanging out for quite some time. I knew when there was something wrong. So I looked her in her eyes, and she looked back at me in the weirdest way possible. Through her eyes, I could tell that she was lying to me, that she stole my earrings, but she wouldn't admit it. But she looked at me in a very weird way that I knew something was wrong. So I was so sad. Like, what I wanted to do then was to just to run out and leave that church behind. I love God, I love Jesus, I love my religion, but that girl made it impossible for me to stay there that day. However, I still stayed there because I knew that God would want me to stay there, but I felt so hurt and so bad, and I felt like our whole friendship was just a big lie. She was using me, and I was being lied to, and it felt so bad. I poured my whole heart into our relationship. I trusted wholeheartedly, but she just threw my trust out of the window like that, like nothing was wrong. Anyway, so then we just completely stopped talking, and then a few years back, I saw that she became a model, like a real model, shooting advertisements, shooting like covers and stuff, and she had her own catalogs and her own merchandise and stuff like that. But whenever I saw her on TV, all the memories, all the stories would come back into my mind, and I would just think how much my fifth grade heart was hurt just because of this woman. And well, I heard that she became a model a few years back, and well, however, now I just checked her Facebook for this video. She already hasn't posted in 4 years, so I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what she's doing, what she's been up to recently. But to be honest with you, I don't think I should try to find out, because we were friends and we had our good time, but um, what she did to me was really hurtful. I mean, I'm not hurt anymore. It's just I don't think I should waste time on negativity like this now, at this moment, at this point of my life. Well, to me now, it's just a piece of me. It's just something that I've been through. It's just something in my past, something that I don't really feel is necessary for me to look back on. But all I want to tell you through this video is whoever your friend is right now, you should be careful, and you shouldn't just trust somebody wholeheartedly that easily, because you never know. Maybe this person has something else in mind. Maybe he or she is not exactly what he or she claims to be. Anyway, I am kind of grateful that something like that happened to me when I was a very young girl. Now that I'm a lot more grown up, I just realized that back then, that thing that happened to me actually helped me become who I am right now, because now I kind of know more clearly how to distinguish um, good friends from bad friends, or how to tell if one person is really your friend, or maybe he or she is just coming close to you for some reasons. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you have friends like this and how you dealt with it, or if you're still dealing with it. And hopefully this video helped you and taught you something. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for keeping up with me. Thank you guys, and hopefully you'll be able to hear from me, from my life, from my crazy life, a little bit something very soon. I'll try to post as many story times as possible. Like I said, this is my very first time sharing a story time with you guys. Hopefully, you'll be able to learn something from this, and hopefully, this helped you in a certain way. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, you'll check out my other videos as well. Thank you, guys. I will see you guys in another video very soon. Please subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any videos of me. Sorry, I'm kind of unfamiliar with this. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I have Facebook and Instagram. Can't wait to see you guys there as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. And be very careful who you let into your world, because it can be quite dangerous. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye. How do I go? How do I leave this life? Okay, bye guys. See ya next time.